What's going on, guys? Custom RC Mods here. Today is FliteTest Build Extravaganza Day 2. Yesterday we built the FT Bloody Baron and did a maiden of it. If you want to see that video, it'll be in the link in the description below. There'll also be a playlist with all these videos that are coming up over the next few days in the description as well, but that might take a little while till I get more of these rolling. However, today we're going to be starting to build the FT Simple Scout. Hopefully I can finish it all today. It is a slightly more dedicated build than the Baron. However, I think that considering it's still mid-morning right now versus yesterday I started the Baron at like 8 o'clock at night, I think we'll be able to get it done. So yeah, I've got the plans printed out right here. I really love the Simple Scout because it really covers all areas of skill level and experience, and also has a wide flight envelope. So I actually started out with the Simple Scout back in December it was, and I've built 5 of these since. This is going to be the 6th coming up right here. And the nice thing about this is that you have so many things you can do to it. You can get flaperons, you can adjust the motor size, battery size, of course you can adjust the race, but that really makes a large difference on the different flight experience you're going to get. So it's still a lot of fun, even for the expert pilot. It's a really smooth airplane, especially when you put a slow fly 9x47 or 10x47 prop on it. So I'm super excited to try that out. Now I've got obviously my electronics right here. If you watched the last video, I've got all my electronics for all 6 of my planes that I'll be building in that tub right there. We've got some wheels for the landing gear. I've got my 3 sheets of foam required for this build, as well as of course the plans, my radio, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get building, and I'll catch you guys up after I get back and done with the build. Alright, so it's been a few hours since we checked in last. I hope you guys like that B-roll. I'll be adding more and more of that as this series progresses. I think it will give you a little bit more of an insight about what we're talking with for these builds. It took me a little bit longer than I expected to get this thing completed. The build time was about average, and I got really the quality that I expected out of the build. However, this motor is so see, it's cogging like that, and then it fires up. So at least it still works. At least it's, not completely useless, and I'll still be using it on this plane for the foreseeable future. I was thinking about switching it out, but then that would of course ruin one of my other setups, which obviously would hurt me down the road. So yeah, we're gonna deal with it. I think we're good for the moment. We can cross our fingers and hope that it won't have any issues during flight, but I guess we'll find out in the mating, so stay tuned for that. Now the next thing we got to touch on is the turtle deck right here, which of course isn't on yet because I don't have any black poster board currently. I have some white stuff, but that stuff's actually a little bit off-white. If you get the Dollar Tree poster board that's right next to the foam board in the aisle, they're not the same color of white, and it kind of looks ugly. I did that on my FT Mustang. If you guys want to see that on my Instagram page, I have a few pictures of it from a few months ago. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with the Scout right now. A few other notable modifications that I made. I put my servos all the way back here in the back just to save push rod lengths. I have a bunch of servo extensions, but I don't have a lot of long push rods, so I guess that's just fine just like that. Nothing to complain about there. That's just something I chose to do. And then these landing gear, I reinforced the landing gear. And then these wheels are deteriorating ever so slightly. They're getting really wobbly, if you can see that. That's kind of annoying in the long run because your wheels lock up on the side of the landing gear, and then they're completely useless when you're trying to land. You nose over, probably break a prop. So yeah, but you can see that everything works. The motor's coming. Oh, there we go. All right, and we also have flaperons on this thing, which is unnecessary but kind of cool. So we'll be trying those out in the maiden. And speaking of the maiden, that's the one thing that we have left to do in this video, so let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so we're out here for the maiden of the FT Simple Scout. Super excited to get this thing up in the air. My last few Scouts are so smooth and were so much fun to fly, and that's why I built a 6th one of these. So yeah, let's go ahead and waste no time and get to it. I think I've got my CG right where I want it. It's a little on the tail heavy side, but if you can look right here, I've got my battery all the way forward for the most part, so we're really not having too much room to kind of move around with this thing, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. So let's go ahead, see if this thing's gonna roll in the grass. That'd be extra nice. There we go, and we're up. This thing is kind of touchy. It's a lot more touchy than the Bloody Baron was, but it flies really nice and smooth. Oh wow, this is not something that you get from the Bloody Baron, that's for sure. I really need to play with my elevator or aileron rates here. It's quite touchy. Almost do aileron rolls like the Bloody Baron. Need some trim, but I'm gonna wait till I can get a little more comfortable with this thing before I go hands off. Yeah, it's flying good, nice and smooth, just the way I remember it. This slow fly prop is really making it not very loud either. Let's see, we need some down elevator as well. It's tracking nice and straight. I kind of guesstimated the thrust angle on this thing. Looks like we got a flock of birds flying along with the plane, which is kind of cool, being one with the other aircraft. But yeah, it's a really nice plane. It's very relaxing to fly. Let's go ahead and put in a few notches of flaps here. I'm gonna go around again and get some more altitude. Yeah, nice and slow. Very nice, very nice. I like it a lot. It's more prone to tip stalling when you're flying, so keep that in mind if you're interested in doing flaps, but it's really flying good. Inverted's doing great. Not a big inverted guy. I always get confused on what I need to do to keep this thing in the air when we're flying inverted, but other than that, I think this thing is a really great airplane. Let's go ahead and bring it down. Hopefully the wheels work. That's one thing about this plane. Oh, so close, so close. Well, that's it for the FT Scout. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. It was a lot of fun to build, even though I had to work with this motor problem. But, you know, I really had a good time, and I have to go back and film today's video, which is gonna be a special EDF build, so stay tuned, it'll be posted tomorrow, and I can't wait to get to it. So I'll see you guys later.